What's up, wallet monkeys? Welcome back to the channel. All right, the question, does the IRS go after low and middle income earners more than the rich? That is the question that we're gonna answer today. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen that the IRS is looking to hire this 87,000 additional agents. Everyone's been sharing the memes about not going after this guy, but going after you because you Venmo'd somebody $600, right? We get it. There is some big questions to have answered, right? I've been hearing left, right, and center. Poverty people, they're gonna go after those poor people that are in the lowest possible income brackets. And I'm like, where is this coming from? So let's go and do some digging. And I gotta admit, it took me a hot minute to find actual statistics that weren't just junk or watered down nothings, right? So I did come across some serious data. I'll share those references with you below. But yes, if you wanna cheat and skip ahead, yes, they 100% do go after the lowest income earners way more at a rate of 5x regular people. Very weird. I don't know why this is true or possible, because you're gonna make way more money going after everyone else, literally, versus lowest income earners. But we'll dive into the data here. Okay, all right, so at the current rate that they're going for 2022 and the amount of audits, according to this data, is if the IRS continues at this same pace that we're going at for 2022, they're gonna be at about a 13.5 per 1,000 people audit rate. Slightly higher than phenomenally high rates that occurred last year when the IRS audited the poorest families claiming anti-poverty earned income tax credit at 5 times the rate for everyone else. So here's that shown in a chart. So we're at 13.5 out of 1,000 people are gonna get audited in the lowest income bracket that exists. Really strange, right? The figures show that the lowest income wage earners, defined as those eligible for the federal earned income tax credit, were audited at a rate of 13 per 1,000, yes, in 2021, 13.5 in 2022. For everyone else, the rate is 2.6 per 1,000 tax returns. Here's the actual breakdown of that, the data, so you can see for yourself. I'll keep this up on the screen for a sec. 53% of all audits completed in fiscal 2019 involved taxpayers with less than $50,000 in income, and of those, 82% claimed the EITC that we just said. Next, when they do receive this audit letter from the IRS, if they even receive it at all, which we'll talk about in just a second, most of them chose to call in because what else are they gonna do? They gotta get more information, so they choose to call in, right? Only 11% actually get through to an agent, other end of the IRS, and the average hold time is 23 minutes. So you tell me how successful those people are gonna be in getting any additional information from the IRS. Here's the big piece as to why this is occurring. I wouldn't say this is the biggest piece, but this is a big reason why I think it's happening. Revenue agents are the dark blue, tax examiners are the light blue. I didn't even know there's a difference between the two, but check it out. A revenue agent handles more complex tax filings, and a tax examiner handles your income wages down the middle, your W-2s, your 1099s, all the basic stuff a tax examiner handles. So if we've got more tax examiners and less revenue agents, that means those that are making more money because they have more corporate structure, entity structure, protection mechanisms like trusts, etc., onshore, offshore, right? Because they have more of that stuff, they're going to need a revenue agent to look over their reportings. Whereas regular people that just file a W-2, etc., just work a job, wage earner, is gonna fall under the tax examiner standpoint. That still doesn't account for why is the poorest people getting affected the most. That still doesn't solve that problem or answer that question, but it starts to give you an insight into why just more regular taxpayers down the middle are facing issues with audits, right? Some 35% of correspondence audits of taxpayers with less than 50,000 in income are closed without any response from the taxpayer, compared with only 20% of taxpayers with higher incomes. Well, chances are they don't even know they got it. As many as 14% of the lower income taxpayers may not respond because they didn't even know that they had been audited. All right, and then lastly, we got some additional data that kind of reconfirms this that we got from a second source. The CBO estimated that the IRS lost 15,000 enforcement employees between 2010 and 2018. If you look at, in general, from 2010 all the way up until 2019, the amount of audits have been dramatically decreasing. So that seems to correlate with the fact that they've lost a ton of agents. Also understand that the 87,000 agents would not be hired overnight. That is their plan. It's about 87,000 agents to happen between now and 2031, which is mostly what they claim, just replacing agents that they're losing, right? Okay, so the key takeaways. Yes, statistically speaking, the IRS targets actually those in a poverty level, poverty class, whatever you want to call it, at a rate of 5x everyone else. Between 2010 and 2018, those with more than $1 million in total income before losses, examination rate dropped by 63%. Overall, IRS audits plunged by 44%. Between 2015 and 2019, audits dropped by 75% for Americans making $1 million or more, and a drop of just 33% for low to moderate income filers. There is some silver lining to all of this, though, is that it seems that the more complicated you can make your tax returns by implementing more entity structuring, some trusts to give protection, privacy, remove your name off of the assets themselves, by putting more of those tools in place in between you and the IRS qualifies you, or I guess not qualifies you, but puts you in this category of needing a revenue agent to look you over. Considering that there's less revenue agents, considering that people that are making more money are all less likely to get audits, that's where a lot of you will want to be putting your focus. Anyways, that's all I got for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. I know this is a polarizing topic. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep politics out of it. No right and left stuff. We don't need it. Okay? Statistically speaking, we know that those in poverty class or lowest income earners are targeted the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Like this video if you want it to get in front of more people, and if you're brand new here, you want to stick around, subscribe, hit the bell notification, turn it to all. Be on the lookout, more videos coming soon. See ya.